remember he used to go to church with the wagons. It was considered quite a thing with just ordinary lumber wagon. If you had a nice box onto it and one of them spring seats, you were considered quite good at that time if you were up in the air in one of them spring seats.
Talking about this going to church, you told me one time about some guy that went to church up where the Free Methodist Church is, I believe now, up at Vennachar. Some guy that was quite a man to swear. You remember that story? How did that go and who was it? I can't recall.
It was me and cheesemaker Thompson. Old Thompson, the cheesemaker from Hamilton. He made cheese in Madawaska. We took the horse and buggy. They held, that time they used to hold them, I'd probably do yet, under a different name now.
Prayer meetings or revival meetings?
It was a kind of a revival meetings. And they used to hold them for maybe probably a week or more, you know, maybe a couple of weeks. And so old Jim Johnston, you know, he didn't believe in nothing, but he was quite stylish, you know, dressed up. And he was up visiting old Wesley Connors from Vennachar, and Wesley was one of the mainstays of the church there. So he came down with old Wesley to church and sit him right up at the front all during the sermon. And so I had tied my horse around the side of the church. It was quite a moonlight night, but the shadow of the church was, you know, behind, and there was a fence there just about 6 feet from the church, an old log fence, a rail fence. And it slanted down from the back of the church. There was a door in the back of the church too, but there never was no steps there. It slanted down from the back of the church down under this log fence. And it had grown up with berry brush, thistles and everything. So I was around getting the horse drawn, tied off the fence, and I see the old man, and he was standing up again on the door like this, and he was trying to get out, you know, and stepping down, feeling with his foot, and he thought he had, it must be near the step, you know, and he let go. And he went right down head first, right through this thistles and berry brush down under the fence. And he was an awful man to swear, and he had an awful loud voice, and he just raised his head like that and let out a few terrible oaths. Every dog barked in Vennachar. Him just coming out of church, you could hear him for 5 miles. And people all in the church yet, you know.